it really has changed a huge part of our organization.
100% useful and has already tremendously helped us.
I think the biggest impact for survivors is the waiting time. If someone on the list for the answering service didn't answer the phone, the answering service would just start alphabetically going down the list rather than going on the backup order that we tried time and time again to have them use. Someone could be on hold while the answering service was going down their unsanctioned list. I had one survivor tell me that she waited on the phone for 17 minutes before getting connected with someone. That has not happened on the Helpline software. Someone waits a maximum of a minute and 38 seconds or something. That wait time is just a significantly less and a better guarantee that someone's going to answer.
Our previous call center that dealt with all of our calls, there was a lot of human error all the time. And human errors would lead to missed calls. So that would then be survivors that would not be connected to an advocate. So I think that was one of our wish lists, was like to eliminate human error as much as possible. And that was like check mark right away.
In making this transition, I talked to a number of different volunteer coordinators who did this work. And most of them said that they spend between 10 and 20 hours a week working on the schedule. And that was similar for us too. That's now time that we can spend directly with clients.
For so long, we knew that there was something that we could do to alleviate a lot of the time that our staff, our coordinators, our managers were wasting essentially in doing minimal task administrative stuff that a Helpline software does for you in seconds. The less time I take from doing an Excel sheet or calendars and back and forth with people, I can take those 3 hours and answer more calls. I get excited about these type of things because anything that makes me be able to allocate my staff's times more appropriately to things that they actually feel connected to and not administrative stuff, it's just a win across the board.
And then the third layer, which I wasn't really anticipating, was the analytics on the back end. So being able to see actually how is work distributed, getting people the number of hours on the helpline so that they can get direct client experience.
We spent hours aggregating data based on our helpline form. We spent so much time aggregating data that we didn't spend enough time analyzing it. If I see that Jane Doe, volunteer Jane Doe, has had the most calls, that alerts me, maybe I should have a check-in with that person. That gives it a more humanistic approach in the way I engage with our volunteers and how they feel appreciated. Wow, you're reaching out to me because you know that. I would have never known that information prior to Helpline Software because I wasn't looking at that. That was not the lens I didn't have that lens to look at that information. And I think Helpline Software really is groundbreaking in that sense, that it gives us information that we didn't even think we needed. So it wasn't even part of our dream to have all this information. And now it's how do we do without it?
It's even really beneficial for smaller organizations that don't have the same volume of calls that maybe Bayward does or other kind of population hubs do. Maybe there might be some people in management that say, we don't have 1,000 calls a month. So what's the utility in transferring our system? I think it's still really valuable and has resulted in a lot of significant changes at our organization, even though we don't have the same volume of calls that some of your other partners might. The result is the same. You're still saving a significant portion of staff time in developing the schedule. It's also really great for our volunteers too. They can literally just see if there's a shift that's colored in white, they can click on it and then it sends an automatic request to the volunteer coordinator and they get a message saying that they've been accepted or they've been denied for this shift. But it's much more user-friendly than trying to navigate spreadsheets.
That already life-changing, right? It takes me 2 seconds. I send an email and then I start getting the request and I approve, and that's easy peasy. The sky is the limit in terms of what Helpline Software can do in the near future and in the far future. Take a leap of faith and do it.